Alright, welcome to a video on solving linear systems by graphing. So what we're going to do here is we're going to graph two lines on one graph. So these two lines are our linear system, and we're trying to find where they cross. And where they cross is our answer, and we call that the point of intersection. So that's our point of intersection. That is our answer, and we put it as x comma y as our final answer. It's a point on the graph. Now we're going to learn how to solve linear systems two ways. This is the first way. And it doesn't matter which way you solve it. It's really just kind of what fits the scenario. Here we're going to look at graphs because things are set up that way. So we've got y equals 1/2 x minus 1 and y equals 1/4 x minus 4. So what we are going to do is we're going to put both of these on one graph and see where they cross. So the first thing we need to do is we need to graph y equals 1/2 x minus 1. And this is in slope-intercept form. So by slope-intercept. So we have to do a little bit of recall here. There we go. So that means we need to find the slope and the intercept. So the slope for this is 1/2. Let me write that a little better. 1/2. Which means that our rise is 1 and we're running 2. So we're going to go up 1, right 2 from B. And now we need to find our B, and our B is -1. And this is our first dot. So we're going to graph that line. We're going to put a dot at -1, and then we're going to go up 1, right 2, and do it one more time just to make sure we do it right. And then we want to immediately draw our line. So we immediately draw our line. We want to draw it all the way across because we don't know where they're going to cross each other. I can set this aside now, and now we're going to look at the y equals 1/4 x minus 4. So now we're going to graph y equals 1/4 x minus 4. By slope-intercept. So we know that our m is 1/4 and our b is -4. So that means our b equals -4 is our first dot. And our 1/4 means we're going to go up 1, right 4. So we're going to go up 1, right 4 from B. So on the same graph, we're going to put our first dot at -4. Then we go up 1, right 4, up 1, right 4, and now we draw our line. Okay. And now you can see why we draw a line all the way across the graph, because they don't meet real close here. They meet right here. And when we do these, I'm going to go ahead and just let you guess to the closest point. You know, if you want to try 0.5 or something, but it looks like it's going right through this point right there. And that's going to be our answer. So we look at the x value of that. That is -9. And then the y value is -6. So our answer is -9, -6. All right, let's do one more example. All right, and this next example we're going to do is y equals -x plus 2 and 2x minus 3y equals 6. So same idea, we're going to graph both of these, put them on a graph, and then see where they cross. So you can see this one right here set up in slope-intercept, and this one's set up in our standard form xy-intercept. So we'll solve this by slope-intercept and this by xy-intercept. So we're going to graph y equals -x plus 2 by slope-intercept. So my m is -1, and then we have to put that divided by 1, and my b is 2. So that means my first dot goes at 2 on the y-axis because of our b. And then my -1 divided by 1 means we're going to go down 1, right 1. So we're going to go down 1, right 1 from b. So we put our first dot at 2. Then we go down 1, right 1, down 1, right 1. And we could keep going if we wanted to. We don't have to. Put that on there and go. Okay, now our second equation is 2x minus 3y equals 6. So now we're going to graph 2x minus 3y equals 6 by xy-intercept. So first thing we need to do is find. Alright, so I just changed the camera up a bit to see if I could get a better, less fuzziness. So we're going to find our x-intercept. So to find the x-intercept, we take 2x minus 3y equals 6. And then we make y equals 0. So it becomes 2x minus 3 times 0 equals 6. And then we solve for x. So we get 2x equals 6, since those become 0. Divide by 2, so x equals 3. So that's what goes on our x-axis. Now we're going to find our y-intercept. So we take our 2x minus 3y equals 6, and we make x equals 0. So we get 2 times 0 minus 3y equals 6. And then we solve for y. So we get negative 3y equals 6. Divide by negative 3, and we get y equals negative 2. That's what goes on our y-axis. So now we can see, we can put a dot at 3 on our x, and dot at negative 2 on our y. We can draw our line. It's not a good line. Yeah. Draw our line, and we can see that it meets like right here. I know it's really funky. It's really difficult to see. But it meets right there. So that's between 2 and 3. So I'm going to just call that 2.5. And then it looks like it's between the 0 and the 1. So I'm going to call it negative 0.5. I'm just going to be like that. We don't have to be like 0.4, 0.2. We'll just call it that. And there we go.